So welcome back guys to We Talk Boxing, and today I'm going to be giving you guys my pre-fight thoughts regarding the fight which is taking place on the undercard of AJ versus Dubois, and it's for Hamzah Sheeraz versus Tyler Denny. Now this is one of the fights that I am quite intrigued and can't wait to see actually an action and happen really between these two, because both guys are on phenomenal form in terms of who they've faced lately and what their records are saying, but also because we see two guys that are hungry to potentially try and achieve more in the middleweight division. In terms of Hamzah Sheeraz, he's touted as potentially the next king of the middleweight division, in terms of people are putting him down to pretty much try and clean up all the world titles at some point. And you've got Tyler Denny, who has that underdog um, bit about him in terms of where he's been and who he's fought and how he's got to where he is today, because he's fought on not all, but quite a lot of the smaller shows, and now he's the European champion in the middleweight division. And he's beat people that most people would never have given him, you know what I mean, a thought of thinking that, oh, Tyler Denny could beat him and so, which we're going to talk about later on. But he's done very well up until this point. And from my personal point of view, I've watched a lot of Tyler Denny ever since he fought against River Wilson Bent, because again he fought against the guy from my hometown, and he got a draw in the first fight, and then he ended up beating him in the second fight as well. And from there, he's just gone on. But in terms of this fight, I think it's a phenomenal fight to be made, and probably about the right time for both of these guys to meet each other. I thought it was a little bit premature when it was first announced, because literally it was a week after, give or take, Tyler Denny last fought his last opponent, Felix Cash. As soon as he beat Felix Cash and the show was announced with Dubois and AJ, his name was thrown in the mix, and obviously, yeah, we are where we are. But in terms of both of these guys, I'm going to talk about Hamzah Sheeraz first. He's currently unbeaten. Most of you guys will probably know who Hamzah Sheeraz is. Middleweight, young, he's 25 years of age. Currently ranked number 1, number 2, depending on who you speak to. British best middleweight currently today. Again, it's a bit of a toss-up between him and Chris Eubank Jr. You could also throw other people into the mix as well. Look at Josh Kelly, maybe, depending on who you speak to. But yeah, most people would have Hamzah Sheeraz down as potentially the best middleweight in Britain. Now, in terms of his KO percentage, very high. Probably what, if I had to do the maths, give or take 80, 90, 80, 85%, give or take. But he's 6'3". His height and his reach is his biggest asset in terms of his advantages that he has over his opponents. But what he does have is good boxing ability. Now, he could box at, at different ranges. He could box at close range, where he's still quite strong, considering he's got that long arm reach. But he could also box at range as well, and he's a lot stronger, obviously, boxing at range. And his one of his devastating performances was against Liam Williams, where he absolutely annihilated him, like, quite easily. And then after that, he fought against Austin Williams, and he again destroyed Austin Williams. It was a close fight in the earlier rounds, but the latter part is where he kind of shone, and he obviously came out a lot stronger. But from a Hamzah Sheeraz point of view, he did fight a River Wilson Bent as well, the Cowboy, and he absolutely smashed him inside 2 rounds. Very easy, and a fight that River Wilson shouldn't have took, but he took it for the money. And in my opinion, I think to date, Hamzah Sheeraz's hardest fight, which most of you probably won't agree, but for me, it's Bradley Skeet. Yes, Hamzah Sheeraz won in the end. It was a 10-round contest, but he beat him and he knocked him out in the 10th round. It was stopped by the referee, sorry. But it was his toughest fight to date, and for me, Skeet kind of pull it on him, and he took him to places that he didn't really want to be. Yes, it was quite early-ish in his career, but it was his hardest fight from what I remember. Now, Tyler Denny, on the other hand, his record currently is 19 wins with 1 KO, 2 losses and 3 draws. Now, he's not a big puncher, but what he can't make up for in terms of punching power, he certainly makes up for in effort, work rate, desire, everything else in terms of what you want from a fighter. You know what I mean? If you want someone to dig deep, that's Tyler Denny. My only issue in this fight is how much can he dig deep and how much can he take, because in every fight that I've watched Tyler Denny since the first River Wilson Bent fight, he's took a lot of big punches in all these fights, and somehow, I don't know how, he's managed to come through them. And in this fight, if you're taking that many shots against someone like Hamzah Sheeraz, he's going to knock you out. He's going to get to you. He's going to stop you. And that's the only thing that I'm going to say. But in terms of if he could maybe add some different dimensions to his game, he's still got that toughness, that work rate, that come forward and never say die attitude. But if he could add some lateral movement, some bit more head movement to his game, and not take as many shots, then I think he'll probably do a lot better than him currently in terms of his style. But yeah, the favourite by far is Hamzah Sheeraz. Everyone is going to put their money on him, and if people had spare houses going for sale on in their home, they'd probably put their house on him winning as well. That's how assured most people think that Hamzah Sheeraz is going to win. But I actually think this could potentially be Hamzah Sheeraz's toughest fight. Now, the reason why I'm saying that is because for some strange reason, Tyler Denny takes fighters to places that they don't want to go. And I think this could be the same in this case. I think Hamzah Sheeraz will win. I think he'll either get a late stoppage or maybe win on points. But I think he's going to take Tyler Denny is going to take Hamzah Sheeraz to places that he doesn't want to go. But I think if he answers them and he keeps going in terms of his skill and keeps throwing that jab out, working behind the right hand, etc., he probably will have success in the latter part of the fight. But yeah, this is a brilliant fight, and I'm looking forward to it. I am going to be there live. So yeah, that will be even better. I will be watching it live, but I'll definitely have to watch it the next day on catch up as well, just to, get a bit more. Just so when I'm making a video, my post-fight review, I'm not seeing it from one angle, if you know what I'm trying to say, because then and there, when you're watching it live, you're going to be quite high up. It's going to look a lot different if you're watching it on TV. But yeah, certainly intrigued about this fight. But the winner in this fight has got a lot of options. Obviously, they would go straight on to world level, even though Hamzah Sheeraz is already there and is ranked quite highly in all the governing bodies. But the loser also has options. Now, the loser also has plenty of options. You've got people like, in terms of British-wise, you've got Liam Williams. Is it Liam Williams? Yeah, Liam Williams, who Hamzah recently beat. You've got Denzel Bentley. You've got Chris Eubank Jr., which I don't think Chris Eubank Jr. is going to want that fight from any of these guys. You've got Shaquille Thompson, who's coming up as well. And you've got Kieran Conway, he's coming up. You've got Nathan Heaney, who recently lost his British title. You've got Brad Pauls, who is currently the British champion. So yeah, plenty of good British domestic clashes, which are potentially there. But also, if the loser goes on and has a few fights afterwards and gets a couple wins, he could maybe be put back up into fringe world level potential fights as well. So there is good options there for both guys. It's not the end of the world if you lose this fight. As I said, most likely most people are going to have Tyler Denny losing, but he's still got options depending on what he chooses to do after this fight. As I said earlier, I do have Hamzah Sheeraz winning this fight, potentially late stoppage or on points. But I'd love it if somehow, just somehow, Tyler Denny could win because his story is remarkable in terms of what he's done and where he is currently today. But yeah, that's my thoughts. You guys can let me know your thoughts. How do you see this one going? And are you like majority of people? Are you pretty much a Hamzah Sheeraz fan? Do you reckon that Hamzah Sheeraz is going to win it quite comprehensively? But as always, guys, that's me waffling. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. How do you see it going? I really want to hear from you. As always, please subscribe and comment. Bless.